It's time now for the Peter Channel sign-off news on this late Thursday night, November 3rd, 2016. And just before the Peter Channel signs off for the night, a summary of the late night news lines at 11:15 p.m. I am Peter Wiggins and I your news lines. Top story at 11:15 p.m. is Hillary Clinton officials monitoring turnout as Donald Trump tries to rally his base. Barbara in Pennsylvania. Melania Trump promised to work against cyberbullying and for a more civil society as First Lady in a speech here Thursday saying our culture is getting too mean and too upstanding. Never not all like her husband. Rally North Carolina. Hip-hop artist Pharrell Williams made the case for a female president in a way that Hillary Clinton probably isn't able to. As Pharrell and Bernie Sanders make this case for Clinton in North Carolina. Drought ends the newly won Port of California. Yeah. Anderson, South Carolina. A woman misses at the end of August was found Thursday chained in a metal container in upstate South Carolina. The U.S. Supreme Court has issued state that search of a convicted killer Thomas Harper. The state is separately and no time limit is given. A High Court case that could delay the Brexit process and clear attempted to frustrate the will of the British people, says the cabinet minister. An Afghan man holds up a body of a child that was killed during clashes between Taliban and Afghanistan security forces and Gandh's powers have been snowed by Kabul, Afghanistan. Near Mosul, Iraq, Iraqi forces entered ISIS-held Mosul on Thursday for the first time in more than 2 years and headed to that battle with militants on the front line, defense officials said. Geneva, at least 240 migrants have been drowned on off the coast of Libya within the last 4 years, representing an intended consequence of European efforts to stop people smugglers and to train Libyan coast guards. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, federal officials looking at how Penn State handled a child sexual abuse complaints against former assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky hit the university with a regular $2.4 million fine Thursday said about campus crime. An overwhelming majority of voters are disgusted by the state of American politics, many are absent either major party nominee can unite the country after a historically ugly presidential campaign and the final pre-election New York Times CBS News poll. Richmond, Indiana's Libertarian Party gubernatorial candidate Rick Spell has been taken to Richmond Hospital after complaining of illness while talking to newspaper reporters. Des Moines, a day after the police in Iowa captured men, they killed 2 officers of the president ambushes up where they say they still don't know what the motive of the cavalry attacks and residents grapple with their anguish. At Mansfield Town Hall, Wednesday night, lines of early voters waited to cast their ballots jammed the second for a quarter with new town clerk offices as residents prepared to make the mark before Tuesday's presidential election. At the end of early voting approach on Friday, area election officials said voter registration had reached the exceeding the invitation might have. As Mansfield Town Clerk Marion Staples said on Thursday, almost 5,000 voters had cast ballots. That's almost a third of the town's 16,075 registered voters. Secretary of State William Galvin announced that earlier this week that he is asking communities to keep polls open until 5 p.m. Friday to accommodate the crush of those who want to vote. Attleboro Mayor Kevin Dumas has asked the Kansas City Council for authorization of about $5 million to upgrade the city's drinking water system. Rentham is now a waiting game to see that the town adopts the State Community Preservation Act that provides funds for the open space, history, affordable housing, and the recreation for the property tax surcharge. Attleboro McAndre, a former president and chief executive officer of the Arcliffe Bristol County, is returning to the role less than a month after being appointed in a similar position in nonprofit Cardinal Christian Centers. Boston, the Massachusetts tax collectors are rebounding somewhat. That state took nearly $1.8 billion in revenue last month. That's $123 million more than October of last year. That's also $79 million, or 4.6% above the revised monthly benchmark for October. Boston, tens of millions of United States dollars have been poured into Massachusetts trying to persuade voters to support or oppose the 4 questions on Tuesday's ballot. As they were already incredibly low for GoPro, this goes around and yet the company managed to eclipse even in the worst fears of analysts. Starbucks Corporation beat expectations for earnings and revenue that the quarter ended October 2nd, but missed U.S. sales targets for the 4th consecutive period as a company junk said a tumultuous presidential election on consumer spending. Wells Fargo and Company fired hundreds of brokerage employees for improper sales practices, and 3 U.S. senators said on Thursday. Washington's corporate scandal, which the 4th largest U.S. CBS Corporation, which operates in the nation's number 1 primetime network, said Thursday its 3rd quarter net income rose 21% and paid TV distributors paid higher fees for its programming. Climate change may sometimes seem so big and abstract that it can be difficult to grasp the scope of the program. But now scientists have found a way to bring the number down to Earth for every metric ton limit of carbon dioxide released in the air. A glacier at the base of the Mount Ganga in the Sichuan province of China has glaciers like this are especially susceptible to the effects of rising temperature and climate change. NASA on Wednesday announced a huge milestone as $8.7 billion James Webb Space Telescope mission to completion and observatory gigantic golden mirror. Scientists have completed essential creepy crawls that live in our homes. One mutation, a simple tweak in the Ebola gun, C-turner in the teeth, that's all it took to make Ebola look more infectious than the West Africa Epidemic Science Report Thursday. Salt Lake City, toxicologists has confirmed 2 13-year-old boys in Utah ski resort town of Park City overdose on a new synthetic drug that is available online and available at the state of Entrance after he died, police said Thursday. Milwaukee, for everyone who has been yawning since March 13, prepare to enjoy the lost hour of sleep when daylight saving time and Sunday and standard time returns. Attention smokers, for every year you continue to pack a day habit, day every year. Cellular lungs are caused about 150 new mutations. Representative Jason Chavez's true nature was on display during a recent flip-flopping fiasco over whether to support the Republican presidential candidate Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump and leads in Arizona, Texas, and 2 Republican strongholds where Democrats have hope to gain an edge in the presidential election from Vasco and Hispanic population, where he and Hillary Clinton are dedicated in Georgia. A Catholic Church bulletin says voting for Democrats will result in eternal damnation. Months after thousands of voters were wrongfully removed from the rails, New York City officials say that lingering concerns about a board election plans to keep a close watch on election day. Peter Channel News Time is now 11:21 p.m. on this late Thursday night, and it is time now for a New England Insular's report in Waltham, Massachusetts. Route 128 southbound of West Line was pedestrians wrecked, requesting they were crossing Puerto Rico and making a cemetery to the scene. And Dartmouth, Massachusetts, motor accident across road and Old Westport Board with New UMass Dartmouth was being detoured around here. Safe alternate route, which is 4 hours ago. And now, look at your traffic at 11:22 p.m. on this late Thursday night. MBTA subway will have 3 branch Pierce Mondelez and northbound service today, Thursday, from North Windsor to James Carey, UMass. Commuter rail, Worcester train, 5:35, 9:35 p.m. Outbound stop at 5:50 minutes basket between Natick and Worcester. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, how is in Boways of New England on this late Thursday night? Oh, let's start you off down in New York, where FDR Drive on both ends back to the Upper East Side down Midtown Manhattan, Midtown Tunnel eastbound side of it is backed up. Long Expressway, westbound side of Beckner and the Queens stretch. 238 and the eastbound side of Beckner Park, Soap Hourly down to Brooklyn. Brooklyn Bridge on both ends backed up. West Side Highway, Lowell on both ends. Lincoln Tunnel was backed up on both ends. 95 minutes southbound side backed up from the Bronx all the way out to George Washington Bridge. 95 on the northbound side. It is backed up on Fort Lee. 95 on the southbound side back on Inglewood. 95 on the southbound side back on New Rochelle. 95 on the southbound side back on Greenwich, Connecticut, down at Rybrook, New York. 95 on the northbound side of the back on Bridgeport, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side of back on Route 95, New Haven. Interstate 84 westbound side is backed up around West Stratford. 84 westbound side of backed up on the Hartford stretch. 84 westbound side of backed up west of Waterbury. Western Massachusetts highways out. Lincoln Gate 190 southbound side of backed up around 290 on the westbound side back around Worcester stretch. 495 on the northbound side of Stopco between Westford and Tewksbury. 120 on the southbound side of back to just around Route 20 Waltham. Route 95 on the southbound side of it is back to around Francis stretch. Highways and byways of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine are looking good. And Autowood 59 on the northbound side back around 7 Quebec headed towards Montreal, and New York State 3 westbound side back around 490 in Rochester, New York. Peter Channel News Time is now 11:24 p.m. on this late Thursday night. And it is time now for a weather report. Alright, 7-day forecast weather like this. Tonight, most of the clouds got about 44 degrees. North is about 6 miles an hour. Friday, most of the got about 53 degrees. North is about 5 to 8 miles an hour. Wind gusts is high 23 miles an hour. For Friday night, most coasts got about 27 degrees. North is about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Saturday, most of the got about 52 degrees. Calm wind coming in westbound 5 to 8 miles in the morning. Saturday night, most coasts got about 38 degrees. North is about 6 miles an hour. For Sunday, slight chance of showers between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. Port got about 50 degrees. Chance of 20%. Sunday night, Port got about 33 degrees. Monday, Sunday, most coasts go about 51 to 33 degrees. Tuesday, most sunny podcasts go about 59 to 40 degrees. Wednesday, most sunny podcasts go about 56 to 38 degrees. And for Thursday, most days go about 57 degrees. Currently in Taunton, it's fair and 55. Here in the near, not near, it is fair and 54. Humidity 81%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Sun Off News on this late Thursday night, November 3rd, 2016. Good night. And see you tomorrow morning with the Peter Channel Morning News. Good night. Right now, time now, it's 25 minutes after 11 o'clock on this late Thursday night. Peter Channel will be signing out for the night. The spirits hope you have a good night and see you tomorrow morning. Good night.